All right, so welcome everyone for another session. And as we have been discussing about the presentation deadline and everything we have discussed, that was off the record. Now I have put the lecture on recording. So today our topic is proofreading and editing, and I have asked you to write in the chat box what do you understand by proofreading and why is it important. So all right, Deshant is saying reading with comprehension, and Mavis is saying documentation. Any other ideas that you have related to proof? Have you ever done proofreading, by the way? What were the times and what were the situations and what were the times when you did proofreading and you had to do proofreading? Have you ever done any proofreading of your work, of your essay, of your documentation? Write down in the chat box, yes or no. Yes. Write down. All right. Okay. We see grammar during reading. All right. So you just check out whether your grammar is correct or not. Fine. All right. Okay. Anything else? Fine. So let me share my screen with you, and just let me know if my screen is visible. All right. Is my screen visible to all of you? All right. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you, Marvis. Okay. Let me put it on slideshow. Okay, now let's just full screen now. So editing and proofreading is one of the most important part of your academic career. Like when you are writing essays, when you are writing reports, or there may be needs in your professional life, and you have to write something and then you have to proofread. All right, if we don't proofread, what will happen? It is, what do you think when we find correction in it? Exactly, you look for the errors. When you are proofreading, you look for the errors and the mistakes, if there are any. All right, so we will also talk about that, how we all, if the sometimes what happens for editing and proofreading, people hire if you're writing, so you don't read or edit or proofread it. You hire someone or you ask your peer or your friend to proofread it or edit it for you. The reason behind it is sometimes we can't see the sentence organization and it looks fine to us because we have written, but the other person who is reading will be able to look into the problems in your writing in more, you can say, very minutely, like very, we'll put the, we'll see the very tiny details that are there and mistakes that you might not see because you have written yourself. All right, but the other person can. We can say that read critically. Oh, yes, critically, but proofreading and editing has an objective. All right, the objective is different. When you are proofreading, our objective is to make the writing perfect and find out any errors that cannot be very visibly seen. I mean, sometimes what happens that the more expert you are in the language, in language, all right, the better proofreader you can be. Okay. Let's see that what are the differences. What is the difference between proofreading and editing? So you see that a world full of errors, if the world was full of errors, how would it be like? दुनिया में गलतियां ही गलतियां होती. So how would it look like? Have you seen a writing or a piece of writing that has a lot of mistakes, that has a lot of grammatical mistakes, that has a lot of spelling mistakes? All right, how would it look like when whenever in your life you have to read or a kind of the text or a write up that is full of mistakes, how would it feel? How would you feel? आपको कैसा लगेगा अगर आप एक कोई चीज पढ़ रहे हैं and that is full of mistakes? How would you feel? Would you feel comfortable with it or uncomfortable? Write in the chat box. Mhm. Or you can unmute yourself and you can share your views about uncomfortable and messed up. Mavis, you are right, you are right. Thank you so much for your responses. Okay, can't understand properly. Exactly. There are chances that you won't understand and comprehend what is the purpose of this writer. All right, you will be completely distorted that what is written. Secondly, you may misunderstand if something is written, okay, but actually if it has any errors, sometimes just one letter can change the meaning of the word. All right, like for example, I can give you an example, like uh, pray, P-R-A-Y and P-R-E-Y, they are two different words. All right, so just A and E as a vowel in between, in the word, all right, that changes the meaning, the entire meaning. So you see that only one error and one letter error can change the entire meaning. So you have to be very cautious when you are writing. When you are writing for publication, when you are writing for academic purposes, when you are writing for professional needs. Okay. Ome Urva is also saying confused and uncomfortable. All right. Look at this. Okay, how conscious are you with your errors? I mean, did you ever notice that when you are writing, did you pay attention to the details? Did you just go through it again and proofread it, that whether the tense I have used and the subject verb agreement and the sentences structure and the spellings and everything is accurate or not? All right. Did you ever pay attention or heed to these details, or you just write what comes in your mind and then you just send it or you just forward it to whoever you are supposed to submit, be it your assignment or be it your application or be it your any request letter, whatever it is. Okay. So, okay. Yes. All right. Mavis is saying that she did. Okay. We don't need it. Why is it? Okay, so now the next is okay. Now let's see what is the difference between edit and proofread. So let's first read the dictionary definition. Editing means to prepare something to be published, and or another meaning that is to make changes or correct mistakes. All right. Acha, you see that in where do you see editors? Have you heard the word editor? Have you ever heard the word editor? Editor, where do we see editors? Which we write before send. All right. Sabahat, we go through the text which we write before we send it to. All right. Do you know the editors in the newspaper agency or in the newspaper, editors? All right. So you see that if one is writing a story or is covers a story, okay, or any article, then there is a team of editors that they go and see that what changes are required, how to make it better, how to make it look better before publishing it. All right. So editing means to make changes. You can see that this sentence doesn't look appropriate, so it should be deleted. Instead of that, this sentence should be written. All right. So editing is more about like bringing the change, a little change in the, yes, Dechand, you are right, mostly newspaper. But proofreading is what? Proofreading is basically, all right, I mean, whose mic is unmute and that is creating a problem. Okay, right. So proofreading is basically to read and correct mistakes in a written printed piece of writing. So these two are dictionary definitions. We are going to explore it more, okay, what they actually mean. So look at this. Editing means checks for the overall presentation of the text, or is the message conveyed clearly? All right, so when we talk about editing, maybe you're writing a story and the very next day you think that I would like to edit the conflict, or I would like to add, edit this particular scene and I want to add more details in it, all right, and I would like to explain the background information, be it about the weather, be it about the emotion of the character. So yeah, you have to read it again, giving it a second look. Normally we see that all big writers, they never ever have written anything in the first attempt and sent it for publication. It never happens. A good writing is, a process. We already have talked about it. We already have discussed about it. Okay. So first you see that you sit and you generate an idea, and then you write the first draft. All right. Then you organize your writing, and then the third or fourth stage is editing. That once you have written the first draft and once you have organized your text and the story, now this is the time to think critically that whatever I have written, is it good to go, or do I need to bring some changes in it? So remember, editing is about changing. The purpose is that what will it look, in the on the big, in the bigger scale, all right, overall presentation, or whether it is conveying the message or not. But what's proofreading? Proofreading only ensures that the final document is free from any technical errors. I mean, proofreading is all about, linguistics mechanism. Linguistics mechanism? Linguistics mechanism means that you will see the spellings, you will see the punctuation, vocabulary, punctuation, okay, and grammar, spelling. All right. So basically, when I give you any document, all right, or you give me any document which is about any disease or the research about any clinical topic or any scientific topic. So I basically am an English, an English teacher. I don't know basically that. The information you have put in, I can't judge that information that you have put in. I will be only saying that is the grammar correct, is this sentence correct grammatically, or is it like, is the spelling correct, or is there any issue of s and es, or the third person singular, is the subject verb object agreement present in the sentence. So I will be saying it from linguistics technicalities, not from the informational point of view that I would like to, I cannot change it in a way that, this information should be deleted. I may not suggest you. So proofreading is seeing the linguistics technicalities and mechanism and the language mechanism, that is more of grammar, spelling, punctuation. But editing means that you are changing the text if required. I hope you understand that. Why is it happening? Okay, so why are these two important? Why editing and proofreading important? All right, why does it matter? I would like to show you. All right, thank you, Binish, for your response. When you respond to me, so I get to know that you are with me. All right, so I would like to show. All right, chat. Okay, let me ask you this. Write in the chat box. Why are these two important? Why is editing and proofreading important? Write in the chat box. What do you think in your point of view? Why is it important? Yes? Or you can unmute yourself and you can speak. I would like to listen to you because I don't like a quiet class. Yes. Who would like to speak? All right, Dejand is quiet today. Purat has not joined. Why is it important?
Assalamualaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam. Yes, Dejand. Why do you think that editing and proofreading so important?
And both are important too much because both a sign of correction in a we can say in our essay we write our editor, those in a magazines are in magazines are in written newspapers, these are means they convey a message, proper convey a message. This are important, clear
Okay.
message to their clear to their audience are those who listen, are they, those who read it.
All right, all right. Okay. Thank you
Ma'am,
so much. Yes, 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 please.
Ma'am, ma'am, I have a question. That's in research papers or in thesis we also do a prefixes, and prefixes is also we can say editing is also part of a prefixes.
Yeah, paraphrasing is
Paraphrase.
the part of paraphrasing is the part of editing, and as I told you, that correcting is the part of making the correction in the grammar and spellings and all that is a part of proofreading. All right. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All
Okay.
right. Okay. So thank you so much for your response. And now I would stop sharing the screen. All right, I will stop sharing the screen and then I will show you a very interesting point of view of two teachers, those who are talking about why proofreading matters. All right, and in the next slides you will also see that I will show you grammatical correct and convey. Proofreading is a final step that we write anything and submit, and this is important. Exactly. So if you are writing for publication, or if you are writing to your supervisor any reports, any professional reports, you are writing for academic purposes, you actually have to make sure that it is free from any grammar errors, any spelling errors. It is important. Okay. Now I asked you the question why proofreading and editing matter. So I would like to show you, okay, a video that, okay, now I hope my screen is visible to all of you. All right, thank you. Now,
when we're talking about things like subject-verb agreement or problems with grammar is it's like going on a date. First impressions count. Now you may be dressed in your best tuxedo, shoes shine, hair comb, you're wearing Paco Rabanne, and you're going off on the date. But if you pull up to the front door and you go pop, 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 pop on the horn, and you walk in and you pull out a cigarette and you're there talking with dad and, hey dad, any more whiskey, right? You've now ruined the whole situation. Yes, you're prepared for it and you're probably a nice guy, but all of these gaffes that you are making is really turning off dad, and you're not going to take out his daughter. Okay? So in the same way, yes, you may have the most wonderful things to say in your paper, but if you say, I is a college student, and that's the first sentence, what I'm looking for now is, how many more mistakes are you going to make? And I'm now turned off your writing because I don't think this is important. I'm now correcting for mistakes.
I just did the page proofs for Amos for Malice. I used the word probably 70 times. And I had to go through the manuscript. Every time I used the word probably, I had to decide whether I wanted to keep it or what I wanted to substitute for that. I think without realizing it, we have our pet phrases. I use the word anyway, I use the word actually, I use the phrase at any rate. So I am forever tucking these little fillers into my sentences. And some of that becomes my voice, particularly with detective fiction. I think that much of what a detective does is speculative thinking. So to some extent, the word probably is probably okay. But I had to be careful because without even meaning to, I had repeated myself incessantly. A lot of
All right, so you just heard the video and you were listening to the point of view of two people about proofreading and editing. What do you think? What did the first one say? Just, I would like to check your listening, that how good you are at listening. So what did the first one say? That what does your
Ma'am,
writing
can I
look
tell?
like? Yes, please, why not? Please.
Ma'am, he tells a good example of when we go in a party or any date, when we himself prepared well prepared, like our shoes are shining, well dressed, like in means in a good manners. We is the same example our writing. When we write or editing something, our words are correct spelling, our grammar, no any mistakes. We if we go in a party, no one can guess. This is a guy means all our attention we catching from one person's like this. This is the example of our words in in essay or any editing papers in magazines. These are also your words are most important. The words are catching their eyes of readers or reader or writers. That's why it is a good example of.
Excellent, excellent. First impression is the last impression. All right. Do you all, you must believe in it that, like going to party gatherings, Aisha, you're right. So, when you are meeting a new person, you would think that your first impression should be good. So, you're preparing yourself in the best manner. You're wearing the best dress, you are shining your shoes. All right. You are, maintaining a certain decorum so that your impression could go the best on that person. Why is it important? It is important, and the same goes with the writing. All right, that if you are writing errorless and if you are writing so accurately, that is going to throw a very positive impression. I mean, you see that if you have done, you have put a lot of hard work in researching, in writing an article, in writing an essay, and then the very first when I just you submitted, and when I just put a glimpse, or anybody who is going to read it, who is going to grade it, who is going to evaluate it, who is going to publish it, and sees the very first sentence has the grammar error, all right, has the problem with the language and the language mechanism. So that is going to kill the entire impression. I mean, then, no matter that how important the topic you have selected, no matter that how much hard work you have put in, but that's again, it's like useless, because your errors in writing have just killed the entire the purpose or the impression. All right, so that is why we can say that proofreading and editing does matter. All right, now let's quickly go towards the presentation, and then the last we will be having a quiz. Okay. So I'm going to show you in the next few slides some of the errors related to punctuation and grammar and spelling, and how they change the entire meaning and change the context. All right. So this will be interesting as well as so learning oriented. Like, more shops awaits you. Look at this. It is a big, you can say, title, or it is on the billboard, and thousands of people are going to come and see and read it, and you see that the English is incorrect. This is a grammar mistake. And now in the next slides I will ask you what is wrong with it. What is wrong with it? You are sometimes updating your Facebook status, all right? So, feeling cold, CALLED. What is wrong in it? What error is this? It's cold, Sabahat, exactly. Feeling chilly in the cold weather. All right. See how, you can say that how funny it is, by the way. And I have seen a lot of people on Facebook doing that, by the way. All right. Okay, now the next is. Okay, yes, feeling cold. Now, if you cook Henry will do the dishes, what's wrong in it? If you cook Henry will do the dishes, what is the problem here? What kind of problem? Is there a punctuation problem? Is there a grammar issue, or is there any spelling error? What do you identify in this sentence? What error do you identify in this sentence? If you were given this for proofreading, what error would you find? What do you think? Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, there is also grammatical mistakes and sentence. Ma'am, listen.
Yes, I'm listening. What is this sentence conveying? What is it saying? If you cook Henry, will do the dishes.
It is about a future tense, but the grammatical mistakes and sentence errors. That's why.
No,
And the right one.
What should
The
be the
right is
right
that.
one? What is the right sentence?
If Henry will cook dish.
Acha, by the way,
if Henry.
अच्छा, when you just read it as it is, all right? जब आप इसको ऐसे ही देखोगे ना, Henry will wash the dishes. ठीक है, this is correct, Cheryl. This is correct. But when you just read this sentence, आपको पता है आपका interpretation क्या आता है? If you cook Henry, आप Henry को पकाओगे. All right?
Yes.
If you cook
That's
Henry,
wrong.
so you can't cook. You can't cook Henry. Will do the dishes. So the problem in this sentence is with the, all right. But who is joining? All right. Henry, all right. If you cook, comma, Henry will do the dishes. Okay, so only one problem that was in the sentence, no grammar error, only punctuation. If you cook, comma, Henry will do the dishes. ठीक है, बर्तन कौन धोएगा? Henry धोएगा. But without punctuation, it is saying if you cook, Henry will do the dishes. It is giving us a meaning कि आप Henry को पकाएंगे. All right, it is a lot confusing. Are we cooking Henry for dinner? क्या हम Henry को cook कर रहे हैं? Of course not. All right. Ume Farwa, right. Okay. So you see that. Okay. Now let's eat grandpa. You see, look at this, the punctuation error. Let's eat grandpa. So without comma, it is giving you a meaning that you are going to eat your grandpa. But with this comma, let's eat grandpa. You see, so correct punctuation can save a person's life. All right, so you see when you are proofreading, you will see the punctuation as well. Punctuation normally, is not put a lot of importance. It's in our context, when students are learning, they always neglect the punctuation marks, but it has to play an important role. We are going to learn to cut and paste kids. What is this telling you? We are going to learn to cut and paste kids? No, we are going to learn to cut and paste, comma, kids. See, so without comma, even you are not putting a comma, it is changing the meaning. All right, so they are important because how you write dictates your reader's confidence in you. All right, so every missing or wrong, use of punctuation, faulty grammar, or usage mistakes turn off a reader. So it makes one look careless and not a reputable source. I tell you one thing, when I'm reading something on internet, all right, different blogs, on different websites, different ads, Or to be very honest, when I'm going to buy cosmetics, जब आप cosmetics खरीदने जाते हैं कोई भी चीज देखते हैं, whenever I see wrong English, I get to know that this is fake, because no reputable organization and the company will ever write wrong English. All right, so ये बड़ा important है ये, this thing is very very important, that how you write, and it is basically you want to win the confidence of the reader, so your writing should be free from all kind of errors. Caution, drive slow, no, drive slowly. So you know that it is an adverb. Fork and spoon, what mistake do you see? What mistake do you see? Yes? F. Sabahat, you're right. It is fork and Cheryl. Thank you. Good. It is fork and spoon. You see, so the one letter is changing the meaning. One letter only, P and F. So just this is not a small mistake. It is a big mistake. It is a blunder. If it's too easy, something wrong, it's entire, a sign of apostrophe is missing, T-O and T-double-O, they both are two different expressions. All right, something's, again, something, sign of apostrophe is wrong, something is wrong, something's wrong. So, sign of apostrophe, garbage only, no trash, you see, both the words convey the same meaning, same idea, garbage only. I mean, what does it mean? Wanted, boy waitress. Now can you imagine that boy and waitress? It's so funny. So let's try editing. So I am going to tell you some of the proofreading tools. Look at this. Okay, now look at this. Export the errors and edit. I'm always wanted to work for an organization. Okay, so you see that the problem is instead of M, you should write have. I have always wanted. To, after to, we never write ed. We always write, to infinitive. You must have started that infinitive and gerund nouns. So after to, we never write ing form of the verb, ed form of the verb. We always need the base form of the verb. All right. So to work for an organization. So there are three grammatical mistakes. One is article, another one is infinitive, another one is auxiliary verb. Next. Okay, one of the student which come early is my cousin. Achha, remember, have you heard that expression, one of the countries? So normally what happens that people think that one of are, so after noun, you have to keep it, the noun will be singular. This is incorrect. One of my students came to see me yesterday. One of the countries, or one of the SAARC countries, or one of the European countries, whatever. So remember, whenever we use one of, we always write plural noun with it. Another mistake, we don't begin a sentence with numbers. All right, if the number theory is, if it is coming in the middle of the sentence, this is fine to write in numbers, in figures. But if it is the beginning, then you should write in verse. So one of the students which we use for non-living things, and who we use for human beings, for people, all right? So one of the students who came early is my cousin. So there were two grammatical errors. Spot the errors and edit. Maybe she didn't follow the advisor, the physician. So maybe she didn't follow. So after didn't, we definitely write the first form of the verb. Advisor is incorrect. The advice of the physician. I think I can't done the task. It's completely incorrect. I think, so you see that think spelling is incorrect. I think, when you write I, even in the middle of a sentence, you never write in a small letter, try writing in capital. A lot of students make this mistake, all right? So I think I can't, apostrophe is missing, do. After modal words, we always need the first form of the verb. I can do the task. Here, her reports is fine and organized. Her report is fine, singular, all right? S is not needed, is fine and organized. So organized is a verb and organized is adjective. There are some more mistakes. We are going to go forward. You will read it in the PowerPoint presentation. Now, what is copy reading? Look at this. This may be one of your MCQs or it can come, so I have included this. What is copy reading? The art of arranging, correcting and selecting the quality. All right. Okay. The quality and type of news. This is called copy editing. All right. Now, one who edits copies is called a copy reader or copy editor. Because we don't know what comes in the exam. All right. So a copy editor is like, what are the responsibilities of a copy editor? A copy editor edits errors on grammar, spelling, tenses, and subject-verb agreement. When we say agreement means each part of the speech should be in place. Edits errors affect accuracy check. All right. Because when you're talking about editing, so editing means definitely editor can change. If you think that there's the difference between fact and opinion, so he can identify that. Edits verbose copy, like see the plagiarism check as well. Deletes opinion or slant and libelous statements, like if the statement is based on opinion, if the statement is unethical, all right, and that can cause problems, it can be deleted. And writes the headline. So copy editor, you're definitely working on any magazine or newspaper and is editing the news, will be responsible to perform these tasks. Copy editing and proofreading symbols. This is going to be very, very important because this may be, this may come as MCQs. Now look at this. These are some of the symbols which I want you to study. All right. So this is a symbol, as you can see, cross symbol. The is so beautiful. So when you are somebody gives you a document to proofread it, okay, and you want them to identify the problems and put the proofreading symbols. So when you are putting this on it means that this word is to be deleted. She is so beautiful. So this symbol is denoting that this word is or should be deleted. Okay. So just remember the symbols. I have the quiz for you. Yeah, example. This is the close-up single. Close-up single means that, you see that you don't have to have any space between these two words. All right, he went out church with and out. So you see there is, without is one word, but it is written, it is broken into two, without his parents. So the correct one is, this symbol is telling you that how to write this. You should write this without any spaces. He went out to the church without his parents. Achha, look at this close-up and as well as delete. All right, so it is conveying two problems in the proofreading. Okay, it is telling you two problems in the proofreading. There are two symbols that you not only have to close up as well as you have to delete. Okay, so I delete her number on my phone. All right, so you see, delete is the word that should be deleted. Okay, all right, I delete her number on my phone. I delete her number on my phone. Wait a minute. So sometimes the word is written double. I think there's a problem. So one is written double, so you have to delete and bring the other word closer. Acha, this is a symbol that means insert. If one word is missing, all right, so you will put this symbol and write that word above that what should be inserted. Okay, Deshant. Okay, so she was late. She was late, all right. She forgot the time. She was late, she forgot the time. So you see that it is saying, all right, so it is saying that this symbol and then write, sorry. All right, okay. So you see that one word was missing. She was late because she forgot the time. So she was late, she forgot the time. All right, this sign and symbol is telling you that one word because is needed here. All right, that should be inserted. Okay, next. All right, look at this. This task, space. All right. There are two symbols to show space. So the procedures are incorrect. All right. So when you see this symbol, it means that you have to give space. The procedures are incorrect. The example is already, all right, this is transpose. It means that changing the word position. I received later your, so when you are, when you are putting this sign on two words, it means that they should be reversely written. All right, you should write them reversely. I received later your not, your later yesterday. Okay, so this is a symbol. Lowercase. Sometimes you see that a lot of people have habit of writing in capitalization using capital letter. So the engineer and the manager agreed. So this E is written in capital letter. So this sign is indicating that you should not write capital. You can write in small letters. Achha. What if you want to, if something abbreviations, acronyms, if they are written in small letters, so these three lines, they are indicating that it should be written in capital letter. So a representative or DE and R, Dano, was present. All right, so this is an abbreviation, so this should be written with capital letter. So this symbol is telling you that it should be capitalized. Capitalize first letter and lower case reminder. Okay, so this sign is telling you that the first word should be in first letter should be in capital and the rest should be small letters like this. They, is written in the second sentence. Let stent is this symbol, like let state, S-T-E-T, state. So sometimes there are conveying the same meaning. All right, two words are there and you want it to be deleted, that it should be ignored. It should be ignored. It is not needed. He is a good-looking, handsome man. He is a good-looking man. So that word should be ignored. It is not needed. New paragraph. The box is big. Taylor is pretty. So these two sentences are conveying two different ideas. All right. So this is showing that this sentence should be started and written in a new paragraph. Remove paragraph breaks. All right. Millie is weird. No, everybody hates her. All right. So this means no means that you don't need. I mean, you see, you have to have a new paragraph. Remove paragraph. Break. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you see that here paragraph is not needed. Okay. You have to remove these. You should write because it is about one person. So you don't have to write the same information and the same sentence in two different lines using two different paragraphs. All right. So no paragraph break is needed here. So Millie is weird. Everybody hates her. So these two sentences are complementing each other. All right. Conveying the same idea. Okay, next. Move to a new position. All members attended who were new. Okay, so look at this. This oval shape, this circling. and this arrow sign is indicating that you have to change the position. All members who were new attended, who were new attended. So this attended should go in the end, and who were new should be brought in the first place after subject. All right, move left. I bought 2 albums of Ariana, Ariana Grande. All right, so this means, all right, wait a minute, that you have to write it like it, you have to move it left, towards left. So you see the position where it is written, just right in the corner, and this sign is telling you that you have to move little, forward in the left alignment, towards the left alignment. And then, okay. And this is move right. Okay, so you see faker's gonna fake and fake. All right, so you have to move it right towards this side. So you see the example is also written. Raise, I raised on the second power is written. 9 raised on the second power is written as 9. Okay, let me admit. All right, so 9 is square. So you see that this square sign, those who know mathematics, or I don't have any good connections with mathematics, so this should be written, this square, this 2 sign should be written above the word, all right? So it should be raised, fine? So this sign is indicating that 9 raised on the second power is written as 9 square. So this 2 should be written above 9, not below 9. This is lower CO2. All right, so you see again that when you're writing the formula in chemical formula, H2O, CO2 is the symbol of carbon dioxide. So we write, CO2 is a symbol of carbon dioxide. CO2, this 2 should be actually written, in the lower side of lower side, not the above side. So this sign is indicating that 2 should go below O. All right, this is period. All right, by the way, period, we mostly are familiar with period when we, full stop. Excuse me, who's, Hanif, turn off your mic. All right, okay. All right, so you see period means full stop, all right? We are so familiar with the word full stop, but we call it a period. Period means full stop, simply. We went to the market. So this sign is indicating that full stop was missing. So you should write full stop. You should put a period in the end of the sentence. This is apostrophe or single quote. Okay, the company's policies were rewritten. Okay, so a company as, somebody, or when you are writing, if you are not putting any, or you see in the writing that sign of apostrophe is needed and it is not put, so you will show through this symbol, all right? Okay, next, semicolon. So this is a symbol of semicolon. I lost my money, so therefore I'm so angry, I'm so hungry, all right? So this is a sign of semicolon, this is a sign of colon, and this is a sign of comma. I like apples, mango, and grapes. All right, so apple and mango, they both were written together, and there was no comma in between. So you just indicated it by putting this sign. So in the next sentence, it is corrected. I like apples, comma, mango, and grapes. This is hyphen, a valuable byproduct. So byproduct, is a word, that is one word, and you need to put in hyphen in between. So this is a sign of an hyphen. Spell out means that the spelling is incorrect. The info was incorrect, all right? So spell out means that you have written the short spelling. You have to write the full spelling. The information was incorrect. Abbreviate. So this is the sign, all right, that is telling you that you have to abbreviate it. 12 feet long. So the part was 12. You have to write in figure and as well as the unit. You have to write the unit not in full words, but just in symbols. Alignment, personal facilities. So you see that the personal is towards the left hand side, the facilities in the other side is also not aligned. So the alignment issue. Now in the next example, you see personal facilities, they both are words are following the same alignment. This is underscore. The part was listed under electrical. All right. So the part was, wait, okay. The part was listed under electrical. The part was listed under electrical. So underscore means underline. The word should be underlined. Run in with previous line. All right. He finished his project before he went home. So you see that these two sentences are written in two different lines. So this sign is showing that it should be written in one line instead of two. All right, this is, what sign is it? Set in initial, set in italics. Yeah. So italic means that if you want any specific words in your sentence should be written in italic format. So this is the sign. The book was entitled because it is the name of the book. So this sign is saying that it should be written in the italic format. Italic font style. All right, set in bold. This is the sign BF. This is the only. So only should be in bold letters. Okay, WF is the wrong font. You see that sometimes you are, writing, so it is suggested that write using the same font style. So you see that Bella slipped on the floor. So Bella slipped is following one font style and on the floor is a different. So this should be the same. All right, set on small caps. My friends will come here today. So my friends will come. All the capitalized should not be, they should not be for, written in all capital letters. So follow the sentence style. All right, small caps. Okay, fine. So these were the symbols. I hope it was, some were very crucial, very important to follow. Some were like more detailed, just to give you an idea that these were also the symbols that you might not often, but otherwise spelling, underscore, capitalization, these proofreading, these symbols are very common to be used. All right, let us have a quiz. Okay. And now I would like you to do the quiz very quickly. All right. Okay, so you can answer me in the chat box, or you can, okay, you can unmute yourself and speak. All right, so the process of comparing a copy on screen or paper to the original copy and marking errors to be corrected. What is it called? Editing, spell check, proofreading, or grammar check? The process of comparing a copy on a screen. Sometimes, proofreading is done that, you have a transcript, all right, you have something already in hand, and then someone else has written the same thing, so you have to see that is it the same or not. This is also called, the proofreading. Okay, so what is editing? Is it called editing? The process of comparing a copy on a screen or paper to the original copy and marking errors to be corrected. For example, you have the original write-up and the other thing is where, sometimes we have the same copies. So to see that if there is any mistake in it, like check word by word. Is this called editing or proofreading? or spell check or grammar check? Vinish is saying A. Achha, by the way, I would like to explain you that what is A, B, and C. Editing is A, proofreading is B, spell check is C, and grammar check is D. So we are going to follow this setting, all right? Editing A, proofreading B. So now in other questions, the options will follow this pattern. That editing is A, proofreading is B, spell check is C, and grammar check is D. All right, you all are saying editing, and Farooq is saying C. All right, let's see. Check the answer. It is called proofreading. Why is it called proofreading? I told you, my dear students, that editing means bringing the change, like changing something. All right, and proofreading means just checking the, the linguistics aspects. That's it. Okay. Now next. Symbols that are used to mark corrections. What are they called? Rough draft, spell check, grammar check, proofreading. Symbols that are used. Where do we use symbols? When we are grammar checking, when we are spelling checking, or when we are proofreading? Yeah. See? All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. It's proofreading. Next, which one is not a proofreading? All right, just leave this. Okay. And the word processing feature that checks your document for incorrectly spelled words. So when you are typing, you already have in your word processing, or in the Microsoft Word, when you are typing, there is a system that checks your document for incorrect spellings. What is it called? Grammar check, proofreading, capitalize, or spell check? What is it called? Yeah. What is it called? Is it called B, grammar check? Mavis, you mean to say grammar check? Benish is also saying B. Mohammed Farooq Ahmad is saying A. Let's check this. Yes, A, spell check. It's very common. You see that when you are typing in your Word document, if you write any spelling mistake, any spelling which is incorrect, so you will see that there is the red line and it is underlined, Next is, okay, spell check will find, leave this. A word processing feature that checks your document for grammar errors is, that checks your grammar error. What is it called? Proofreading, spell check, grammar check. What is it called? It's very simple. It is called grammar check. All right. Next. All right. What is called when you let another person proofread your work? What is it called? जब आप किसी और से अपना काम proofread करवाते हैं, so what is it called? All right. Is it called partner check, spell check, peer editing, or grammar check? What is it called? Sabahat is saying B. Sabrina A, partner check, Farooq A. It is set peer editing. All right, peer editing. All right, yes. What is the word processing feature that allows you to find synonyms? Synonyms is like paraphrasing. It can help you in paraphrasing. That when you have something written and you want to change and edit it with better words and vocabulary, so this can help you. What is it called? What is the word processing feature that allows you to find synonyms? Spell check, thesaurus, grammar check, proofread. What is it called? Yes. Do you use this option? You have to right click the word and then there is the option synonyms. What is it called? Right. B. All right. Yes, you are right. Mohammed Farooq, you are right. It is called thesaurus. All right. So you see that if you write one word and then you right click it and click the synonyms, so it will give you more options that this word could mean this, this, and this. All right. Or this word could be replaced by this, this, and this. All right. That's great. Acha. What is the meaning of this sign? Yes, we have already done that, and I think it is an important question for you to answer. What does this mean? This, hash means space. Okay, Mavis is saying space. Okay, insert a space. Excellent, Mavis. Thank you so much. Acha, what does this mean? 3 lines. What does it mean? Yeah, tell me. What does it mean? Okay, underline, lowercase, B, first A, underline, B, lowercase, C, capitalize, D, indent. All right, what does it mean? Sabath is saying capitalize. Yes, capitalize, excellent. All right, thank you so much. Now, I think I'm going to go for it. Let's do this. Okay, now very quickly, just tell me. Choose a word that means add a full stop. Which one or which symbol means full stop? Like these 3 lines, this dot in a circle, A, B, and C. All right, so 3 lines is A, then this diagonal line is B, and then dot in a circle is C. Mavis is saying C. All right, so let's see. Excellent. So, full stop is also called a period. Don't forget it, okay? Don't forget it. Okay. Change letter to lowercase. Change letter to lowercase, like option A is dot circle, option B is diagonal line, option C is oval shape and spelling. What do you think? Which one is? Yeah. Benish is saying C. Is this C? All right. C means what? Diagonal line? You are referring to this red line? Mohammed Shahzad? All right. See, the correct option is this diagonal line is, it means that insert the lowercase. Okay. Which word, a word has a spelling mistake. So which option do you think is correct? Yeah, which option is correct if a word has a spelling mistake? SP, yes, Mavis, you are right. C, Benish, you are right. Let's check this. Good, excellent. Okay, so these types of questions can come by the way. Cats like to play a lot. This sentence needs what? I mean, cats like to play a lot. Period is already there. So what is the problem in this sentence? A correct spelling, a capital letter, or a full stop? What mistakes do you find in it? All right. B, capital letter. All right. Excellent. The sentence should begin with capital letter. Cats. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Do we have more questions? Fine. So we actually are now going to okay. Achha, by the way, I'm going to put this in the Google Classroom, and I really don't know if you all have been following Google Classroom or not. All right. So those who have not joined us today, kindly inform. Mavis is here. Other students are here. Kindly inform them that your final presentation is going to be on Wednesday, December 9. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for joining, and I'm going to put this in the Google Classroom with PowerPoint presentation. So now your class will be on Wednesday, all right, with your presentation. So please get it ready. Yeah, Mavis, thank you so much. Please convey this to all your group members and as well as class fellows. So we are going to end the class now. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, so you can ask me. Yes, Mavis?
No, ma'am, no question.
All
Just I
right.
want to say it's Mavis. It's Mavis, ma'am.
Mavis, all right. Okay. Okay, okay. I will